Hey guys, welcome to another episode of What the Football. The leagues are getting tough. Title races are getting clear everywhere, except in England, where it's a very tough title race. But we are here to talk about all that good stuff. And we welcome you to another episode of What the Football. Stay tuned. Dennis, you're here again.
Hey.
It is good to have you.
Yeah, I'm always coming like up here. Like I thought of this will be my last.
Yeah.
You know, I won't come from the last episode.
Yeah.
But then here you go. I'm back.
Yes, we need you. We actually need you because life keeps giving us stuff.
Yeah.
And as you know right now, Andrew is not well. So Dennis is here to sit in for Andrew. But it's funny that Andrew is not here after a weekend where his team had just won 6-0.
They're on fire, man. I'm really happy for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I hope they keep doing it or don't end up like last season. You know, they just start losing at the end.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, like that's Arsenal. You know. So yeah.
Man, I don't think I would have said that if Andrew was here. But thank you for having the courage to say that.
Let them enjoy this time. You know,
Let them enjoy, right?
Just enjoy.
I think this one is a little different because last season they were top for most of the season.
Yeah.
So this time, right now, they are second. Sorry, they're third.
Mm-hmm.
Because Liverpool is first, City is second, and they're third. But the thing is, it's just 1 point between them and City in third, and
true.
2 points between them and Liverpool in first. So it's a very tight race.
Mm-hmm.
But as he said, Arsenal is just Arsenal. So let's see. This season might be different, though.
Yeah, let's
just
see.
might be.
Let's talk about City and United game.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
like because United started off good.
Yeah.
Like the Rashford was on. Like the goal was so.
Oh, it was a beautiful
so
goal.
good.
It
Like
was a
I
beautiful
thought,
goal.
you know, he's on fire because he made a statement. You know, United team squad is gonna be like a. I believe he believes in his squad.
Yeah.
And then, you know, seeing that goal, I thought like, okay, they're on fire, like, you know.
Yeah.
And then they went back to the normals.
I agree with you. It was a great goal. Great goal early in the game.
Yep.
So you could see clearly what they wanted to do. Sit back, hit on the counter, which you thought they would do really well because they had Rashford, they had Garnacho, who are supposed to be fast guys. But it felt like, I think in the first half, after the goal, they had maybe 1 or 2 only other chances.
Yeah.
The second half was sad. The second half was so sad because they didn't just sit back. Even when they had the ball and they passed it around, they passed it backwards. And when they passed it backwards, someone would shoot it back in and they lose the ball. So it was, well, I don't know what to expect sometimes, but I didn't think they were going to win City at the Etihad anyway. But as you can see, I think they can still qualify for Champions League. Manchester United, I mean.
Yeah.
But if they keep playing like this when they meet the big guys, I'm not sure it will help them. I'm not sure it will help them. But let's see how it goes. Let's just see how it
But the
goes.
crazy thing is like it's the first time they lose in, like, you know, after being on lead in half time. Like this is like a first time after like they have been winning like 143 games.
That's a long time.
And this is like the first time, like, you know, being leading in the first half and then, you know, losing.
I think so. The idea is this is the first time in 143 games where they have gone in at halftime leading, and ended the game losing. So this is the first time in 143 games.
No. United been winning since 143, but this is like the first time they losing.
Sad.
At the end, second half.
Sad.
Yeah, so
Sad.
that's sad part.
That is
And the
sad.
crazy part is like City they had more shot on
goal. Yeah.
than United possession.
Oh, that's
So
sad.
that's so sad.
That is sad. Oh, that is sad.
That's so sad. They shot 27. and
27
United-
shots on goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then United was 26 in their position. So
26% ball possession.
yeah, so
Oh my
that's just
Well, I guess some games are like that. Some
Yeah.
games this is not me saying that that's the best thing to do. I just guess some games are like that. If you play expansive, the opponent will kill you. So I guess that's one of the things that Ten Hag had in mind. You were also saying something about Rodri. Rodri had something.
Yeah, he's the first player to the longest unbeaten streak by a Premier League player.
Are you serious?
So that's a good thing again.
Good for him. So I guess he's City's lucky charm.
Yeah, he's been doing good actually.
He's a great player. Yeah, he's a really great player.
So great.
I think the good thing for City is most of their players are back. Doku is back. De Bruyne is back. Haaland is back. Oh my, Haaland missed a chance in that game. I was surprised. I think everybody was surprised. I think that was in the first half.
Oh man.
Where Foden heads the ball across goal, and I'm not sure if he should have gone with his head for that.
I think
he went with his leg.
Yeah.
And he just kicked it over, and I was in shock.
Even me too.
I was in shock because that's how many yards away from goal. But I guess it shows he's human. He can make mistakes too.
Yeah. But he came back and scored.
Even his goal was a gift. I think it was Amrabat who was trying to play out of the back and then got robbed. But you don't give chances like that to Haaland.
Yeah,
he will bury them.
Yes.
He will bury them. I think Onana had a good first half. He tried a bit in the first half, but the firepower of City was just too much for them in the second half. But that's that.
Everton.
Yes, so Everton were at home to West Ham. They scored first, but they ended up losing 3-1. So kind of like the same testimony with United. Just that United were away. But the Everton one is, I think, a little more painful because Beto missed the penalty. And then he goes in the second half and scores a goal to make it 1-0. But then Zuma scores against his former club. And then they get 2 more goals to make it 3-1. Souček with a beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. So that's not good for Everton. But the good thing is that, earlier in the season, they got 10 points deducted because of their financial and sustainability stuff. That has been reduced to 6 points. So they're out of the drop zone. They are now above Luton. And I think I can say, lucky for them, Luton also lost at home to Aston Villa 3-2. I saw that game, and that was a great game. Aston Villa were up 2-0. Luton came back and made it 2-2.
Wow.
And then Lucardinha, towards the end of the game, makes it 3-2. Heartbreaking. Because I believe Luton were hoping that they could get some points there so that they could cover up the gap with Everton. But I think it's a long fight.
Yeah,
it's a long fight for them.
It is what it is.
Yes, it is what it is. So the guys in the drop zone, you still have Sheffield, who are bottom. Burnley lost at home to Bournemouth. So I think Sheffield and Burnley, it's almost confirmed that they are going down. It's almost confirmed. I'm not sure.
So sad.
I think mathematically there might be hope, but realistically, I think they have to start planning for next year in the Championship. Do you see any hope for them? Let's take Sheffield and Burnley first, those two. Do you see any hope for those two guys?
I don't think so. But, I mean, they've been playing good. But
maybe Burnley a little better than Sheffield. Sheffield haven't been playing really well sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't think so. There's hope.
Okay. Well, Luton is the next club just above them too. I think Luton have a bit more hope because
they're playing good actually. I think they're trying the best.
At least they're scoring goals.
Yeah, they're doing the best.
Burnley didn't score any goal this weekend. Sheffield didn't score any goal this weekend. So I think Luton, there might be some hope. So let's quick fire. Chelsea away at Brentford 2-2. Not a great result for Chelsea. I just have to be honest, not a great result. But we won't spend time talking about Chelsea. Tottenham at home to Crystal Palace 3-1 winners.
And guess who scored? Guess who scored?
Timo Werner. Timo Werner gets his first goal for Spurs. I think that's good for him. He needs it for his confidence. But it was also a good game for Spurs. They also came from 1-0 down to win 3-1.
Yep.
So I think that was the team of the weekend. Everybody was coming from a goal down to win. My boy, Iberici, is a beautiful free kick to give Palace the lead. Good. And then he gets substituted. And I don't want to say because he was substituted, Spurs won. But it ended up the way it ended up, 3-1. So shout out to Spurs. We've already spoken about the Manchester Derby. Aston Villa winning away at Luton. Bournemouth winning away at Burnley, Brentford playing 2-2 at home to Chelsea. So there were a few more games there and then. But I think the other game we need to talk about is the Forest Liverpool game. Because Liverpool were away at Forest. It was goalless.
Yep.
At the 90th minute, the referee gives, or the fourth official gives 8 minutes. And it was goalless up until the 98th minute. Darwin Núñez scores in the 99th minute to give Liverpool the win and keep them top of the table. But there was a problem in the build up to that. So Forest had a set piece, which I think after the ball came in, Konate went down claiming like a head injury. And so the ref is definitely obliged to stop the game, which he did. I don't think there's an issue with that. But when he did stop the game, Hudson-Odoi had the ball at the edge of the pitch. When the play resumes, the referee is supposed to give the ball back to Forest because a Forest player had the ball when he stopped play. So he could have done maybe a drop ball or something like that. But what does the ref do? He takes the ball and gives it to the Liverpool goalkeeper. And that is a problem. And you can see even the Forest bench, they're all complaining like, what are you doing? The ball should be for us. And I think even the fourth official noticed it. I was trying to call his attention, but he didn't change his mind.
Man, speaking of that, like...
It's just painful.
Messed up, man.
Because minutes after that, Liverpool score.
So sad, man. Referees have been little messed up.
The officiating this season, now, I'm not saying every game has not been bad, but I think this season has been the season with so much complaints as regards the officiating. And so when that happened, at full time, you can see the bench of the Nottingham Forest guys. They're complaining, they're sad, and they're very pained. One of their, I think, is it Felipe? I can't remember his name. One of their defenders gets a yellow card for speaking. One of their assistant coaches, I think Reed, gets a red card for speaking. The owner of Forest is on the pitch.
Oh.
Yeah, the Greek guy. I can't remember his name.
My God.
Evangel Marianakos or something like that. He's on the pitch also. And it's just chaos.
Man.
It's just chaos. And
it just reminds me of Real Madrid and Valencia.
Yep. So we had something like that in La Liga.
Oh, bro. It's the same thing. Like, it was kind of like a last minute, and Real Madrid was on counter-attack.
Yeah.
And the referee blows the whistle, like, right after they kicked they did a cross.
Yeah.
And then Jude Bellingham scored a head goal.
Yeah.
It went messy, and then Jude Bellingham started fighting with the referee. He got red card. It went crazy.
Oh my gosh!
I think what do you think about Jude Bellingham getting red card? Like, is it right thing? Is it fair thing to give because he's just fighting for his? Right.
I think the thing is when the game is over and the ref has made a decision, I don't think your complaints can change much. That's the honest opinion I have. So it could be that in his complaining he must have said something maybe which is abusive or something the referee didn't like.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the best I can think of. Because I feel like I always say that football is a game of passion and it has emotions in it.
True.
And players should be allowed to express their emotions as far as it is respectable. Respectable in the sense that they are not degrading another person or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if Jude has expressed his emotions in a way that he is frustrated because he was the one who got the header. So that's a goal that is not going to be given to him because the goal doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So he's frustrated and that is allowed. But if he had gone far to maybe use abusive language towards the ref, then maybe that's why he got the red card. But if the ref says, I have blown the final whistle, then he has blown the final whistle. Yeah. But should he blow it at that point in time? I don't think so.
Yeah.
He should at least allow the attack finish and then do that. But I think I heard that's not the first time this ref is doing it. Though. Yeah, I think someone said he's done it some time ago against, I can't remember the team, maybe Barca or one other team. So maybe it is possible he has done it before. But it is what it is. Jude has the red now. Maybe Madrid can appeal it. I don't know. I really don't know. But
Let's see about that.
the referee has made up his mind. So what to do? What to do?
Yeah. Speaking of that, the Champions League is back.
Yes. UCL time.
Yep, it's
UCL
back.
time. UCL
And
time.
what do you think about Bayern? Like,
Oh, I think
do you think they have a chance?
definitely. Do they have a chance? Yes. I think Bayern have a chance.
Do you think the coach will stay?
I think so first of all, it is clear that at the end of the season, he's leaving.
Yeah, that's true.
That has been made clear. That has been announced by both the club and Tuchel.
Yeah.
This is our agreement. At the end of the season, we are bringing this relationship to an end. That is clear. But I think what is going to happen is, if they don't end up qualifying for the next round of the Champions League, that relationship will end faster. That's just what it is. So instead of waiting till the end of the season to part ways, they will part ways immediately. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, I think last week, it's been a run of poor results by Bayern's standards. So they've lost to Leverkusen, they've lost to Lazio, they've lost to Bochum, and over the weekend they played, I think, 2-2 with, is it Freiburg or so? Yeah, so they haven't, I don't think they've won in the last 4 games.
Yeah, and they're 10 points behind.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So while they drew, Leverkusen won against, I think, Cologne. So the 8-point gap has now become a 10-point gap. So that makes it harder for them to cover up the gap.
Yeah.
So I think to a large extent, they might have to kiss the Bundesliga goodbye in a week or 2.
Harry.
In a week or 2, they might have to kiss the Bundesliga title goodbye. So I think that is one thing that is hard for them to accept, especially as a club as big as Bayern Munich. Yeah. So that's all I'll say. But I wish Tuchel the best. As a former Chelsea coach, I kind of hope that he qualifies against Lazio. But let's see how it goes.
And then Roma, they after sacking Josie, they were 9th place, and then they are almost close to the 4th place.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
I think it's good for them as a club.
Yeah,
definitely. Because they have a lot of good players. They have Dybala, they have Lukaku, they have Azmoun, they have players who are good. But what I don't know if this is just the new coach impetus. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
So when a new coach comes on board, everybody's playing really well because the new coach has to now choose his starting 11. So ideally, the coach will give everybody game time.
Yeah.
Or the coach will be much more observant in training, going, I want to see who the big hitters are.
Yeah.
So when a new coach comes in, players are more motivated, and in that time, results always get better. It's kind of like Manchester United when Solskjaer came in after Mourinho left. I think United went like 9 games winning streak or something like that. So stuff like that happens. That's what I just don't know if this is what it is for Roma. I'm not saying De Rossi is not a good coach. But let's see how it goes up until the end of the season and maybe into the start of next season.
Yeah.
Because they've been having good stuff. I saw a game where Dybala got a hat-trick.
Yeah.
And one of the goals was world class.
Insane, yeah.
So they're having fun, and that's good for them. Really, really good for them. So shout out to them. If they can make it back into the Champions League, that'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
I think during the week, though, they play Brighton in the Europa League, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's Roma Brighton. So let's see how they do against Brighton also.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, AC Milan and
Lazio. I think it's Lazio.
Yeah. It's just so sad. Like, they had 3 players sent out, after losing the game with AC Milan 1-0. And again, we're just speaking about the referee and stuff. I'm seeing a lot of red cards. It's.
I get. So the thing is, I think the first one was for, what's the guy's name? Pellegrini or something. I need to remember. And it was a second yellow card on a pull on Christian Pulisic. I don't think I had an issue with that for a second yellow card. But definitely, it's harder to win a game when you have 3 players sent off.
Yeah.
I think the other 2 were sent off towards the end of the game, like stoppage time or something. But the more important thing for Milan is 3 points.
Yeah.
3 points away from home.
Yeah.
And I think it was Noah Okafor who got the goal, like 88 minutes. But the thing that I'm really sad about from the game is I read that Christian Pulisic has been receiving death threats and even abuse on social media.
So sad.
Because he was involved in 2 of the 3 sending-offs. So either he was the player being fouled or something like that. And Pulisic is that kind of a player. He's skillful. He wins fouls. So I feel really sad that he has to go through all of that just because he was doing his job.
Sucks.
He's a winger. He's a skillful player. He has to do what he has to do.
Yeah.
So all our supports to Christian. And I hope that we get to a time where we don't hear things like this anymore in football.
Man.
That's really sad.
So sad.
That is really sad.
Man, also sad to hear Paul Pogba, 4 years ban.
That's a big one because we were talking about this when the news started that he had failed his doping test and there was an appeal and all of that. But the decision was made public during the week.
Yeah.
I think for him it's a tough one to take.
Yeah.
This is a World Cup winner with France. And
he still believes that he didn't do.
So he believes. The story is he took, I think, some sleeping whatever from his son's medication, and he wasn't sure of the contents of it. So that was the story. But it's 4 years.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
And he's, I think, 31.
30,
he's 31. I think he'll be 31 soon.
Okay.
So by the time the 4 years are over, he's 35.
Yeah.
Now
his contract is still 26.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely Juventus have had to cut down on his wages because he's not playing. But the thing is, I think for him, he now has to decide if he wants to stay fit so that when this is over, he can play a little more. Yeah. But I don't see him signing for a Real Madrid or even an Inter Milan, or even a Juventus. Well, Juventus, he could. Juventus, at some season, we're buying a lot of old players and stuff. But at 35, not playing at the highest level for like 4 years, I don't know what he's going to do. So I think now he has to decide. Saudi is an option. But I think now he has to decide if he's going to just keep training so that he stays fit.
Yeah.
But 4 years of training without professional football, it's not easy.
Yeah, agree.
So if we see him in the next 4 years and he's gained weight and all, I would not be surprised. Because it's hard. It's hard to stay motivated when you are not looking forward to a game over the weekend or a Champions League game Tuesday, Wednesday, or even a Europa League game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's it.
But I hope he gets all the support he needs because he's always had issues. I remember his interview with Al Jazeera saying money changes people and all of that. So I hope he has people around him who really love him and can support him in the next 4 years. Yeah. That's the best I can say.
When you mention about World Cup, it just reminds me of Spain women's. They just recently won Nations League, UFA Women's Nations League, just after 6 months, and that's a really amazing thing.
I didn't even know there was a Nations League for women.
Wow.
No, I know there's the Nations League, but I know it's for the men. But I guess I wasn't paying so much attention to what UEFA is doing as regards this. But I think it's good for Spain.
Yeah.
I don't know if this means that they've moved on from the kiss, the Rubiales. I think he was the Spanish FA president then.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Does this mean they have moved on from that? The kiss is no longer, was it the kiss of death or the kiss of the scandal kiss, whatever. I hope this is proof that they've moved on from that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, just 6 months after, so that's a good thing.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, it was a quick one. Quick fire. So I think what we want to do is just preview the next weekend.
Yep.
And the next weekend, the big game, which is a very big game, City go to Anfield to play Liverpool. And this is a top of the table clash. So Liverpool is first, City is second, separated by 1 point. And we are getting towards the end of the season where every point is very valuable.
True.
So as some people will say, this is a 6-point game.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, who do you think is going to win?
I think City's on super form,
Yeah.
so I think it's City's game. I think, and also I support City, but currently they're on super fire,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they can win.
Okay. Away at Anfield.
But still, I mean, like, okay, I agree, but
Well, your opinion is your opinion. Don't feel like you have to change your opinion.
It's just that I just feel like City's on super fired, like
Yeah.
it's super fired up,
Yeah.
and everyone's back,
Mhm.
and it's kind of usual thing. City comes back at the end.
Yeah. I think except Grealish. I think Grealish might be out.
Yeah,
but
he's just out.
everybody's
got
available.
injured. Yeah.
I think a team like Arsenal might be praying for a draw.
Yeah.
So if they draw, Arsenal would, if they win, because I think Arsenal play Brentford this weekend. So if they win and City Liverpool draw, that means Arsenal would be second, I guess. Because I'm not sure. They might have a better goal defense than Liverpool, so they might actually go first.
Yeah.
So I think the Arsenal guys would not mind the game ending as a draw.
Yeah.
The Liverpool guys definitely want to win. The City guys definitely want to win. But I think the Liverpool guys, they will hope that they get more of their players back from injury.
Yeah.
So I think the good thing was against Forest, Nunes came on. Szoboszlai came on. So I think they're still definitely people like Curtis Jones, Diego Jota, I think they're still out. But hopefully they can get maybe one or two other players back. And I really don't know, man. But I think it's a hard one to call.
It is
a hard one to call. Because I know in the last few, I say weeks, there's been a lot of funfair around club skits, Jaden Dance and those boys. But I don't know if this is a game for club skits.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is a game.
But they've been on rivalry, like they've been super rival between Liverpool and City. Always the game been super top class.
Well, when Klopp leaves at the end of the season, I think Pep is going to miss him.
Yeah, definitely, that's for sure.
Pep is going to miss him.
Just that I think also it's his last season, so I think it's gonna be like a super war.
Yeah,
and Pep wants to make it the final statement that I'm the best manager, maybe.
Many people think he's the best.
Yeah.
Many people don't, so it is what it is.
So, yeah, let's see, can't wait. Let's see.
Yeah. I think I'm leaning towards a draw. But I don't know if I really want them to draw, because that them moves Arsenal.
Oh yeah, please.
But I'm not sure who would win. I'm not a Liverpool supporter. I'm not a City supporter. I'm not an Arsenal supporter. So I'll try to watch the game as a neutral.
Yeah.
Just enjoy good games. Hopefully for Liverpool, they get more players back fit and all. I also hope for you guys, Barcelona, that you get your... I think you have De Jong and Pedri who are injured now. Yeah. But I don't think you guys are fighting for anything. Except you play Napoli in the Champions League again. But that's fine. That's it. So we're looking forward to that. Liverpool versus City. Yes. Beautiful game. Really beautiful game. All right. That's it. Any more?
I think that's it.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. If you've stayed till the end, we are very grateful. And definitely our best wishes to Andrew. We hope to see him next week when we're here again. But definitely, thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis.
I hope this is going to be actually last time.
No, it will not be. It will not be. We enjoy having you on the show.
Thanks.
Don't make it that. Oh, come on. We really enjoy having this guy. But you know the drill. Like, subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking in the comment section.
Yep.
And definitely we look forward to doing this again in the next week.
Yes.
But for now, see ya.